Morning, Alice. Tell us, what are the current levels of supply and demand like?
Good morning, guys. Well, look, when we think about the market, it's really important to look at that balance of supply and demand because that really changes just how much properties are selling for. Looking at supply at the moment, you can see basically it's increased over the month in all capitals and is well up year on year. Now, it's the highest on record in Melbourne and it's the second highest in record in Sydney. But it's the second lowest level in Brisbane, Adelaide, and Perth. And that's because that market there does not have enough supply. And that's why we're seeing prices. Clearance rates, demand is actually still meeting it, but we are seeing them taper now just because of how many listings we have on the market in springtime.
Yeah, I was going to say the properties on the market, how quickly are they selling?
Yeah, look, it's interesting. So if we look at the days on market, it gives us a good indication of just how much pressure, I guess, vendors are under at the moment. You can see basically there's monthly increases in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane, but they are selling faster though in Brisbane, Adelaide and Perth, which really goes to sort of show that white hot market in those smaller states is really giving vendors a lot of power and confidence.
Now, Alice, you're at the block for the auctions this weekend. I think you're in one of the houses there, aren't you?
I am. I'm in house 3. Ricky and Hayden have been good enough to let me use this as my studio.
Yeah, there he is. Hello. How are they going to go?
Look, I think they're going to go pretty well today. When we look at though, it's interesting looking at. I don't think the boys come with the house, guys.
They love being on camera.
We have a look at the listing views in the house. So it's interesting to understand where the Australian audiences are looking. Now, House 1 is the most viewed property this year. So that gives you a bit of an insight into what consumers are doing when it comes to which houses they're preferencing. And that coming in after that is House 4, which is Kylie and Brad's. House 3, Ricky and Hayden's, where I am now. Then House 2, Courtney and Grant, and House 5, Christian and Mimi. So it's interesting where people, when they're searching online, they're really lingering on House 1 at the moment. But when it comes to the engagement on a house, and this means how long they're spending on a house, if they're poring over those listings, looking at the floor plan, it's House 4, guys. And it could be because there's been a bit of drama in House 4 with Kylie and Brad recently, or it could be they also that's where the buyers are really focusing on the houses a lot this season. We're soon going to find out though, guys.
I feel like it all comes down to whether you're the one that gets auctioned off first, because everyone spends their money on that and then there's nothing.
And if you've got a good auctioneer.
Yes.
Yeah, we did that the other day, guys, and there was some tense conversations, shall we say. Yeah. So it's interesting. But the boys are being very well behaved now. You can see them behind me. But they're doing their best at being very sort of calm vendors on this morning here.
Good on you, Alice.